So today I'm going to teach you how to engrave a grill spatula, which is a great Father's Day gift. Let's get started. So in order to create the spatula, the first step that you're going to want to do is type in your font and your text. So I already have one of the designs that I'm going to write here, which is best flippin' grandpa ever, but you can do a lot of different things. So best flippin' dad, we flippin' love you is another popular one that a lot of people go to. So there's lots of different things. Up here, of course, you can change your font so you can make it a little bit more frilly. You can also make it, a little bit more interesting in whatever different way. You can create different layers. But for right now, I am just going to use best flipping grandpa ever. You want to also make sure you measure your spatula or whatever else you're using. And I've already kind of made it to size. For this particular spatula, this will be great. So I don't want it bigger than an inch in height. This is actually perfect because it'll still have a little bit of an edge around it. So what we'll do next is go to the settings. The settings that I like are 450 and 80. And then I always like my interval around 0.7. This is fine right here. And fill all shapes together. So these are my settings that I use for my bamboo most of the time. And then you hit OK. Now, as you can see, I have a lot of other layers that are going on here. These are other phrases, and I make them each a different color, so that way it's easy to just pick the one phrase that I want. I'm turning off the air compressor because I don't want that to come through, because that's much better if you're cutting. So let me send this over to the laser and we'll get started. So let me show you how I engrave it with my laser. The first thing we want to do is we have to focus it. Now, a lot of people have an autofocus pin right here. Mine kept getting bent, so I just took it off. The way you would focus if you don't have one is by using one of the manual focuses. This is something that came with my Aeon laser. I have 2 different copies of them, and I love this. The magic number with this is 8.5. So you always want to focus at 8.5 unless you want to achieve some kind of other effect. So 8.5 is usually where I go. If you want to get a smoother engrave, you actually might want to go to 9.5 or 10.5. So I'm actually going to do 9.5 because it's only engrave, not a cut. So the way that I would do it is I will bring my laser head right to the front, and you can see it's way too close. So I'm actually going to go to the Z-axis, and I'm going to slowly lower it. And I will basically use this to see how much lower I need to go. Now, as you can also see, one of the ways that this is not working out is it kept moving. So I'm actually going to use a magnet to keep that more in place. All right, so let me focus it here. I'll see where it's at. Oh, needs to come down a little bit more. And I'm happy with it there, okay? Now, I always start my laser origin on the left side in the upper left-hand corner. A lot of people start it in the middle. So based on where you put it, keep that in mind, okay? So I'm gonna start it right about there. And then you're going to go, now I'm gonna move it over, and that way you can see what's going on with the keypad. Now on the keypad, you're gonna wanna go to File. You're gonna find the laser job. So for me, that is the one. It's really hard to see in this particular thing, but it says grill spatch. So grill spatula, I will click it. It will show me my design. Make sure there's nothing extra besides your design on there. You'll hit enter, enter, and then enter again. And then what you're gonna wanna do is frame. So I hit origins. This is basically where I wanted to start. Now if I hit frame, I'm gonna refer over here. That's where the design would engrave. Now that's a little too far over for me. So I'm actually going back over to light burn to fix it. So what I just did was shrunk my design. I put it back at origins. And now when we frame it, that fits great between those 2 dots. You can adjust as needed, but I'm pretty happy with that. One last frame. And I'm gonna put down the laser lid. And let's see it engrave in real time. Turn the fan on. And this is the real-time engrave. So you can see there's already a pretty significant portion of it done. And now it seems to really be doing pretty well because a lot of the words are being done. Typically these spatulas will take me a couple minutes at most, typically not even that. So this can be a huge moneymaker because you can get these things done really, really quickly. And it's almost done. It's been less than a minute. And there's our spatula. So we lift it up. Awesome deep engrave. And then basically now we just have to clean it off. So let's go do it. So this next part's not really pretty because I am doing it in my utility sink. So this is where I wash off all the different products that I need to wash off. So I have my spatula, and what I actually do to really get it clean inside the engraving is I use a toothbrush that I've never used on my teeth. Usually get some extra from the dentist every year and I prefer something else. So I get a toothbrush, put some soap on it, and then run it briefly underwater, and then scrub off the engrave. And you'll see it looks so much cleaner after. Usually do both sides. Now you want to do an initial engrave scrub, and then you'll want to properly clean the whole thing just to make sure none of the engraving junk is on there. But you can see how much better that looks already. So let's show you the final product. So here's the final product in my kitchen. So I love how it looks. The engraving is really, really clear and also really dark. So that's how you make it. Let me know if you have any questions, and thanks for watching.